Bonine52, how are you folks? I am out and about on a Friday evening taking my bride out to dinner, and to do that, she'd have to be on the back of the bike. So say hello, Mrs. Bodine.
Hello.
So, on our way to dinner, I wanted to talk about when motorcycle friends become really good friends. And share something that's kind of got us bummed out. Stay tuned. Hi folks, hope this video finds you well. You know, I'll tell you what, I have this thing about people that are on social media. Really, I think Facebook's probably the best example, where they go on and just kind of complain or share their life. I don't know, that's not me. If that's you, hey, that's fine, but that's not me. But I do want to share something that has happened that is affecting Mrs. Bodine and myself and some friends. So, as many of you know that follow our channel, notice how I said our channel, Mrs. Bodine?
Yeah.
Pretty nice, eh?
Good job.
Yeah, well, I'm taking you out to dinner. I couldn't start it off bad. So, anyway. So, those that follow our channel know that last week was at the West Virginia Motovlogger and Subscriber/Friend Meetup. And I rode all the way out there with a bunch of guys, including the HarleyDayRider HDR. We also rode back together, and, you know, honestly, we're more than just motorcycle friends, because I think you have those. I think there's people that you like to ride with and stuff, and do stuff with, but then you got those friends that, if you didn't have motorcycles, you'd still hang out and do stuff. And HDR and I think our wives are those folks. So many of you know that we had planned to go on a 7-day trip with Mr. and Mrs. HDR up through Maine starting tomorrow. And unfortunately, we had to cancel out of that 2 days ago. Pretty big bummer, isn't it, Mrs. Bodine?
Yes, it is.
And there are some things that have happened that I can't share with you right now, but I will in the upcoming weeks, that made it impossible for us to go and the need for us to stay in town. But beyond that, I want to do this vlog to let you know that, and so you won't be seeing dual vlogs with myself and HDR, and of course the ladies, but to encourage you to watch him and his beautiful bride on their 7 days. I'm sure he'll vlog every night if he can, and it's just going to be fantastic. But, you know, over the last week, I started to know that this may be a possibility that we may have a conflict that we couldn't avoid and would have to cancel out. I did even know that when we were at the West Virginia Motovlogger meetup, but I really didn't want to kind of bum anybody out, right? I mean, he's a good friend, consider him a brother, and really didn't want to bum anybody out. So when I finally found out, I got to tell you what, it was like calling that boyfriend or girlfriend and just going, we got to break up. And by the way, we're not breaking up, but just telling him was hard. I mean, it really was hard. And so you'll wonder, even though you're good friends, you know, how's somebody going to react? You know, to, hey, we've had this planned. How could you do this? Figure something else out. And you know, when I shared what was going on with HDR and told him that we couldn't go, the guy was just awesome. You know, hey, I totally understand. Don't worry about it. You know, we'll ride in the next week. We'll either go to the chapter picnic or we'll go up to Aurora on the Shore, I think it is, and we'll all get together, you know. So just extremely gracious and just nice, and made me feel better when I felt pretty, to be honest with you. I think that's what I think that's good friendship. I mean, I think the motorcycle community, you meet people. I'll tell you what, there was 27 people at the meetup. I believe it was 27, and I now consider all of them friends. But I would say HDR, or I know HDR is, and another motovlogger that was there. I think I'm becoming good friends with as well. So again, somebody that outside a motorcycle ride you would kind of hang with, right? So, I think we all have those. I think guys and gals have those. What do you think, Mrs. Bodine?
Yes, we do.
So you probably have a couple good friends that could be hugely disappointed, and you could feel like maybe you let them down, but they would be like, oh, no, don't worry, I understand. They're just nice as hell, right?
That's right.
So, again, it was just important for me to get out on the bike tonight because, they leave tomorrow. And I'm sure he'll start motovlogging tomorrow night, knowing him. And I didn't want him to have to worry about explaining, where are the Bodines, because that was definitely all on us. We are still really good friends and going to be hanging out more and for years to come and riding this year. But this time we can't go, and we'll be sharing that news and what's going on with us here in the next 3 or 4 weeks. I will tell you that there is one thing it is not. I'm here to happily announce that Mrs. Bodine is not pregnant. Why you laugh?
That's funny.
That's funny?
That would be a miracle. Honey, that would be more than a miracle.
Yeah, since our baby factories are shut down, I actually think I do want you to get pregnant. Maybe I'll title this, Can't Go on the Ride Because Mrs. Bodine is Pregnant? Question mark? No, probably not the right thing to do, but again, folks, wanted to share that with you. Again, I encourage you to check out HDR and Mrs. HDR's video, and hey, make sure to check out Mrs. HDR's really cool helmet she just got, because it is pretty sweet. I think HDR got one, but we don't care what he looks like in his helmet, right?
Right.
I got it. All right, Mrs. Bodine, anything else that you want to say?
Ride your own ride and stay safe.
Ride your own ride. She's taking something from HDR, isn't she? Well, yeah, hey, we do want to say sorry we can't be with you, our friends. Have a great time, safe on the road. Enjoy everything. Make sure those witches don't get you when you're up in Massachusetts, and we'll be thinking about you guys. Have fun. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is Mr. and Mrs. Bodine checking out. Be safe on and off the motorcycle, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.